In your Maths GCSE, you might get asked to work out some exact trig values, and these could be on a foundation paper or a higher paper. It could be part of a 1-mark question where you're trying to just work out the exact value, or it could be part of a multiple-mark question where you're actually using some trig. Let me show you how I would remember all of the exact values for trig. First thing that I'm going to do is draw a big square root symbol, and I'm going to write the degrees that I need to remember it for. So the first is 0 and 30, so it goes up in 30s, and then it goes 45, 60, and 90. So the first two go up in 30s, and the last two go up in 30s, and the rest go up in 15s. Then on the left-hand side of my square root, I'm going to write sine first, and then I'm going to write cos after it. I'm writing sine first because of the word origin. Origin starts at 0, so that's the first one that I'm going to do. And again here, I'm going to write 0 first because I'm starting with the origin. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And going backwards from 4, I'm counting back 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Last thing that I need to do is draw a big division symbol over 2. And now we can start working them out. Let's start with the exact values for sine, and I'm going to do sine of 0 first. So I'm looking at 0, and this big square root symbol means that I need to do the square root of 0 divided by 2. So the square root of 0 divided by 2. The square root of 0 is just 0, and 0 divided by 2 would just be 0. So sine of 0 would give you 0. Then I've got sine of 30, which would be the square root of 1 divided by 2. The square root of 1 is just 1, and 1 divided by 2 is just 1/2. For sine of 45, I've got the square root of 2 over 2. I can't simplify root 2, so that would just stay the same as it is. For sine of 60, it's root 3 over 2. Same as the other one, it can't be simplified, so I keep it as it is. Then for sine of 90, I've got root 4 over 2. This root 4 can be simplified. The square root of 4 is 2, so 2 divided by 2 would give me 1. That's all of my exact values for sine. Let's do the ones for cos. For cos of 0, I'm looking for 0 and I'm looking at cos, so I look at the square root of 4 divided by 2. It's the same as the previous one, sine of 90. Square root of 4 is 2 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then for cos of 30, I'm looking at root 3 over 2. That can't be simplified. For cos of 45, I've got root 2 over 2. That can't be simplified. For cos of 60, root 1 over 2. Root 1 is the same as 1, and that's over 2. And for cos of 90, I've got root 0 over 2, which is just 0. And you might be able to see there's a little pattern going on with sine of 0 being equal to cos of 90, then sine of 30 being equal to cos of 60, and so on. That could be one way that helps you remember it even further. Next, we're going to do our tan exact values. One of our identities that we need to remember is sine of theta divided by cos of theta is equal to tan of theta. So this will help you remember these ones. For tan of 0, I'm going to look at sine of 0, which is root 0, divided by root 4. So that's cos of 0. Root 0 is 0, and root 4 is 2, and 0 divided by 2 is 0. So tan of 0 is 0. For tan of 30, I'm going to do root 1 divided by root 3. So root 1 divided by root 3. Root 1 is 1, and you can't simplify root 3. So sometimes you might see it like this, but if it's been rationalized, which you learn in higher, you would multiply by root 3 on the bottom and root 3 on the top. So you might also see it sometimes like root 3 over 3, and both of these are equal to each other. For the next one, I've got tan of 45, which is root 2 over root 2. And you've got the same thing being divided by each other, so that means it would be equal to 1. For tan of 60, I've got root 3 over root 1. Root 3 can't be simplified, and root 1 is just 1, so it's root 3 divided by 1, which is just root 3. For tan of 90, it's root 4 divided by root 0. So root 4 over 0. Root 4 is 2, and 2 divided by 0, you can't answer, it's undefined, or you could think of it as infinity. So there is no answer to that one. Let's have a look at some questions. So you can have a look at these and see what you get. For question 1, I've got sine of 0, so root 0 divided by 2, which is just 0. For cos 60, it's root 1 over 2. Root 1 simplifies to 1, so it's 1/2. Tan of 45, I go to 45, and it's root 2 over root 2. Same thing being divided by itself, so it's going to be 1. Cos of 90 is root 0 over 2, simplifies to 0. And sine of 30, root 1 over 2. Root 1 is 1, so it's 1/2. The ones that normally come up in a test are cos of 60 and sine of 30. So if you're totally unsure, I would just use a half. But try and remember this table and it'll help you get a couple of extra marks in your exam. Thanks for watching. Check out my channel for more walkthroughs and work solutions. I'll see you soon.